It is The Pulse on Sirius XM. I'm Brady, and in studio we have, you know what? The future of music, actually.
Oh, my God.
I would say so.
Wow.
Gracie Abrams.
It's nice to see you. Thanks for having me.
For sure. Welcome here. Actually, you were just here, I feel like. Couple weeks ago, maybe?
Very recently, yes. Yeah. I feel like I'm home.
Yeah, we just need to give you a key card or something.
That'd be great.
Yeah,
I would love that. Thank you.
Cool. Yeah, thank you for stopping by, especially at a time like this, because you are an artist that is just blowing up very, very quickly, and people are finally discovering who you are, which for those who might be just discovering you through maybe your song Risk or your new album, or through Taylor Swift, which we'll get into. But starting from the beginning, where did music come into play for you?
I just loved writing growing up. I journaled a ton from a really young age, and was lucky enough to have a piano in the house, and it kind of was like this weird sort of natural progression for me, just the instinct to play my journal entries sort of over piano. And I guess it was very different from what the rest of my family was doing, and that appealed to me deeply.
Yeah, very cool. Just kind of going off a different path, doing your own thing.
I do, yeah.
For sure. Wait, with these journal entries, do you still have these? And have they been turned into songs already?
Many of them over the years, but I have I don't know how many of them over, I started writing when I was 8, so it's kind of like lots of time capsules that will never see the light of day.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
No, it's super cool for everyone, including me.
Could be a song in there about Webkins or something.
Oh my God, yeah, totally. That was actually a significant part of my childhood.
Oh, same here. That and silly bands.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
I remember my 5th grade boyfriend gave me one of those.
Really?
And I felt like, wow, this is it for me.
This is it. I am thriving as a 10-year-old and
Totally.
everything. And you know what, those silly bands, though, the more you had on your arm, the cooler you were.
I know.
Right?
It's just, that's capitalism.
That's what it is. That's right. And it worked, actually.
It did get us, yeah.
Yeah, for
Quite
sure.
young.
But so fast forward though, you went to, because you went to school though, right? Like you didn't go to school for music. You went for
international relations.
What is that?
It's a really amazing major at Barnard that I only had 1 year in, so I miss it deeply. I was talking to someone recently about like trying to go back to school soon. But
oh, really?
I don't know when we can. But yeah, it's. I love that school. I miss the city.
Okay. Wait, what is international? Like you talking to?
Just like foreign policy and yeah.
That is a lot different than music. Mm-hmm. That is very. So why did you decide to quit that and just kind of like?
I mean, I just
push it off?
Fascinated by it. I did this program growing up called Seeds of Peace that brings together kids from, like young people from all over, but the U.S. and Palestine and Israel, and kind of forming dialogue groups. And also in the context of like a semi-traditional summer camp. So just getting to understand the like common humanity in one another. So I did that from 16 to 18, and I really fell in love with the concept of just being able to understand one another.
Okay.
So I went to school wanting to pursue that, but music had been, the great love of my life from a very young age, and I'd been having conversations with my now label from when I was like 16. I met with them for the first time, but really knew I wanted to go to college, so didn't really reach the signing conversation until after I'd at least been there for a year and left on really good terms academically. I felt
that's good.
Deeply that was important to me. So yeah,
for sure. And look at you now. You have 2 albums under your belt. Secret of Us just dropped the other day, and first off, it's a great album. Like I love the vibe of it.
Thanks.
And it's just like super chill. It's very good. It's like a very good like Sunday morning album.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, no, that
Thanks.
makes it close to you. I've had on repeat.
Oh, thank you.
So good. I'm glad that's a single.
Oh yeah, I'm happy that one's out
for sure. And also, of course, there's that Taylor Swift song that you did with her, Us. Which, so because I was reading about the story where like you were at her house. Did you write it at her house or something?
We did.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then tell me about this fire.
We had just been writing for hours, and it was really late, and we'd had a lot of wine, and we were in the other room and heard this like sound, and I was like, what is that? She thought her cat had knocked something off the table or whatever. But the candle that was burning on her center island was like one of those big 3-wick ones, and it just got so hot that the glass burst, and so it just caught fire in this large way. But she is a you know, superhuman as we all know, and
Yes.
somehow drunkenly knew exactly where the fire extinguisher was and sprung into action and made it all happen. But we had this, like, both of us for a couple weeks after, like, the really gnarly cough.
Oh,
was
from like
the
breathing.
fumes.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
I know, not great.
That's wild.
Not great. Yeah.
Well, you know, spending all this time with Taylor Swift, what is, because obviously you've learned probably a lot from her, right? Mm-hmm. Just by watching her stuff. What is some advice or things that she's taught you?
I think something that I've learned along with anyone else who's been lucky enough to watch her show is that she's, again, it's like this superpower where she can make the stadium that's like, you know, 90,000 people feel like you're on sometimes Mars or like another planet entirely. And then the next minute it can feel like you and her are the only two people in the room. It's like she just has such a way of connecting with people, and I think it's why she's like the biggest audience in the world. It's like people want to feel the kind of tenderness that she is somehow so magically, she has access to that. So I think as someone who's only been performing for a couple of years, like I feel really obviously blessed to have had the opportunity to study her shows so many times. And I think I'm trying, like I'm sure anyone else in the audience who writes music or wants to perform or whatever, just try to pick up on ways that she's able to do that. Like her connection with people is so sincere.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And I'm sure you'll be taking notes when you go on tour with her.
Absolutely.
Yo, that has to be insane, right? Like
touring with her?
Yeah.
It's crazy. It's amazing. Yeah.
It's so cool. And then you're going on your own tour as well, right? So is it like you're going to do Taylor and then you're going to go on
I
your
have
own?
my headline first for like a month and a half, and then we go right into the eras again.
Okay.
Yeah.
Man, busy.
Yeah.
Very cool. Well, yeah, I would say get your tickets for your tour, by the way, but it's all sold out, isn't
did
it?
sell out. They
In
did
like,
that.
what, 5 minutes?
I don't, something ridiculous like that.
It
Very
is-
generous.
That is
people.
so ridiculous. It's very cool, though.
Thank you.
Very cool. Yo, Gracie, it's been so cool talking to you, and thank you for stopping by.
Thank you for having me. Thanks.
For sure.